Hello everyone! Welcome to a DSP video. We're going to be watching Update, New Partnership, Twitch Success, and Tough Month Ahead. We will also get into the Weekend Preview. So, if you want to get straight to the Weekend Preview, I will put the timestamp in the description below. So that way you can just go to the Weekend Preview indoor if you want. But we're going to endure this business update. So far, he has kept comments open. D. Davidson, our boy, he posted a comment. He got a nice little shout out there. And so much more. I think I posted a comment with my other channel and that got shadow banned, so I got silenced. But let's get right into it. Let's watch this.
What's up, everybody? Phil here. Welcome to an update vlog regarding everything that's been going on with myself and YouTube and Twitch and everything else going on around here, you know, the business in general. I haven't done one of these videos in over a week now, and being that, you know, people have been coming out to the streams and people have been, you know, watching the YouTube videos. There's a lot of changes going on right now, and there's a lot of things that are uncertain. I want to keep doing these videos at least for the near future until things seem to be in the clear so that everyone knows exactly what's going on and what to expect. So we've got a lot of good news. That's the good thing. We got a little bit of kind of bad news and uncertainty. I'll talk a little bit about that. And in general, I just want to let you know kind of the health of everything going on around here. Because, you know, there's been a lot of changes. Let's face it, the past month, right? Just think about the things that I've changed. Number one, I now stream an hour earlier every single day. So now my gameplay streams are 4+ hours long. And I usually end up working a little bit later every day, too. Some days are exception, but most days I end up working a little bit later than usual. So really I've extended my work day by about 2 hours every day, but I am taking a day off every week. Incidentally, I'm actually filming this video on a Sunday night. It's actually Sunday, March 26th. I just filmed the weekend preview, and now I'm filming this. Tomorrow is my day off, so I'm actually releasing this video tomorrow on Monday. So yeah, it's fun. It gives me something to do, too. Like, I have videos saved up. I have gameplay videos for tomorrow. I have this video for that day. So rather than me having to be here every single day on stream, I get to a day away from it, which is good. I need that kind of relaxation and downtime to get me away from it for a day a week, right? Honestly, everyone deserves to have kind of a day of rest every single week.
Day of rest. They deserve it.
You know, I realize a lot of people don't get that option. But, you know, if you can have it and you can take it, you should. And the bottom line is, since I moved here in 2014, I didn't do that. Now I'm finally realizing, what the hell have I been doing, right?
But he still, like, streams a lot. He just takes one day off. But, like, he's like, oh, you need that day off. You need it. You absolutely need it. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's fine, but, whatever. I mean, but he's playing fucking video games. It's not a straining thing. And I think, I don't know if it's this video, but he also mentions, it might be in a pre-stream, how people doing 24-hour streams or whatever, strain themselves, nearly kill themselves or whatever by doing that. But the thing is, with those kind of streamers and the context of that or the situation, is that these people might be drinking a lot of unhealthy drinks. Like, they might be drinking Monster Energy drinks to keep themselves up. You know, they might be doing a lot of things that strains their body. They may not be getting sufficient a lot of meals in their system. They might not be doing a lot of things that their body needs, which would lead them to get to that situation. It's not that I'm not taking a break and now I'm dead. Like, yeah, there's stress and strain, but the way he's been doing fucking streams, I find that hard to believe. I find, like, he streams for like 4 hours or so. You think he's gonna... There's no way a guy can strain themselves with that. There are people who work more hours than him, and they're doing just fine. Whatever.
So anyway, let's talk about all the things that have been in transition, all right? So, as you know, if you haven't been paying attention, I don't know how you could have missed the now like 4 or 5 vlogs I've done about it. YouTube ad revenue absolutely plummeted in February.
How can anyone
Twitch
miss?
Cinema asking them what the hell happened, and they basically gave me the runaround. They either weren't responding,
The
or the responses they
runaround.
gave me were generic, or were waiting for answers from YouTube. And this went on for the greater part of 2 weeks, where I wasn't getting answers. I'm like, how am I going to pay my bills if I'm not making any money on YouTube videos anymore, inexplicably out of nowhere? I was assured that it wasn't because my channel had been flagged as, say, inappropriate for audiences, or ad unfriendly or anything like that. It just seemed like YouTube ad revenue plummeted out of nowhere, and no one wanted to give me any answers. So, I can't tell you the full story yet. In a couple weeks, I'll be able to, because in a couple weeks, my final channel that's still with Machinima, KO Gaming, will be out of its partnership with Machinima, and I'll be able to tell you the full story of what happened behind the scenes. But the short story is I'm no longer with Machinima. We were both going our separate ways here after me being partnered with them since 2011. It was very uncertain. I didn't know what to do, and I made a video several weeks ago about, gee, what should I do here? Should I just try with another partnership company on YouTube to do YouTube full-time, or should I just give up on it? Should I go try to find a different job?
Okay, look.
Or should I try
that fucking stream was him just saying, I want to be a Twitch full-time streamer, and I'm going to try to convince you that that's what I should do, so that way I can look like I'm listening to you. Because when I watched that video, you can look back in my, I think it was either Act 1 or Act 2 video, where I talk about his video where he talked about he's being laid off, whatever. You could definitely tell he wanted to be a Twitch streamer. You could, it's just, that's the thing. Like, when you make up your mind about something and you're trying to give an illusion of choice, you will try to make as much reasons to pick something you want to do. He doesn't want to get a job, so he has a lot of reasons why he can't get a job. Oh, I don't have a car. I can't drive a car because Leanna needs the car. The public transportation doesn't work for me. It just won't work. They're not gonna accept me because of all these years I don't have a job. I can't do this because of this reason. Twitch, well, I would be able to make money on Twitch. And it would be able to keep the business afloat. And I would be able to do that. Like, it sounded like he wanted to do the Twitch streamer way more than anything else. Like, even with the partnership, he was just like kind of whatever on. That was the only that's the only thing that felt genuinely as if he didn't know for sure if he wanted to get into the partnership. That was the only time where, in that 2 hours, I kind of could tell that he genuinely did not know if he wanted to pursue the partnership. That's what it felt like to me. But when he got into the Twitch streamer stuff, it was like, I want to be a Twitch streamer. That's what I got. He knew he wanted to be a Twitch streamer immediately.
To more of an integrated a hybrid where I do live streaming, and my live streamings are a lot different, where my content is very focused on the people who are in the live stream, talking with them, giving thank you shout outs for people who cheer with bits and toss me little micro donations during the streams and sub to the channel to try to get more people to do that, so that my streaming could be more profitable. Because if my streaming can be more profitable, it could make up for this drop in ad revenue on YouTube that seems inexplicable and didn't seem to ever be gonna fixing itself. Okay. So in the meantime, while I was trying to decide what I was going to do, I got a new partnership for DSP Gaming with Curse. For those who are unaware, Curse is a company that's called Union for Gamers. It's only partners gameplay channels. Unlike Machinima that partners vlogging and everything else, they only partner gameplay channels, all right?
All right.
They're well known. They're one of the higher regarded networks out there for partnering of gameplay channels. They offer pretty much all the same perks that Machinima did, including having partnerships with music companies and stuff that you could use these sound effects and music in your videos and stuff like that. The only bummer is, number one, I'm not making as much money. Well, the agreement I have with Curse is for less money than the agreement I have with Machinima. I can't give you the specifics because that's not allowed.
Get this. Remember this. He said he's not making as much money as he did with Machinima. Remember that, because in the same video he contradicts this. But you know what? We all know that. But let's continue.
I can tell you, it's not for as much money, and number two, it's not a managed partnership. So since I've been with Curse now for about 2 weeks, here's what I've seen. Sadly, a ridiculous ton of my videos, and I know because I'm getting emails every day, that's why I'm picking up my phone. I get a ton of emails every day. Of the 40,000 plus gameplay videos on DSP Gaming, every day probably about 2 to 3 dozen, so probably about 30 to 40 videos are getting content ID matched, and therefore advertisements on those videos no longer are earning me any money. Or, in
Oh,
worst case, and
no.
this is the worst case scenario here, they're getting blocked outright and you can't watch them anymore. The playthroughs I'm noticing this on the most are all of my Grand Theft Auto playthroughs, all my Watch Dogs playthroughs, my Saints Row playthroughs, any playthrough that I've done that was an open world sandbox game that had licensed music on a car radio while you were playing. All of those playthroughs are getting completely claimed or blocked, one or the other. And that sucks. I know that sucks because those are some of my best playthroughs. Some of those playthroughs are the ones that people are, wow, I saw Phil play that game back in the day, and that was amazing. And now you're going to go back to watch it, and half of it's muted or blocked. And you're like, what the fuck is that? It sucks. It really does that these companies, this automated bullshit system on YouTube of Content ID, double dips for music companies when they have no right to any ad revenue from those videos. I'm going to say this again. I've said it a million times. Legally, they don't have a leg to stand on. All right? Because
They do have a leg to stand on because music companies make a deal with the publisher, developer, whoever is in charge on the gaming side to have licensed music. In that agreement, it's only between Rockstar, for example, and the music company. That's it. They only license it for the game itself. When it goes into the hands of people who stream it, who stream the game, they don't have an agreement with them. They don't. Because the agreement is between Rockstar and that company. Because Rockstar is making money off of the game, and that music company wants part of their profits because it's their music. When you start putting it on YouTube, when you start streaming a game, they don't have any say in that. They didn't agree to that. They don't agree to having Phil have that music on his channel that he monetizes or whatever. I mean, because they get Content ID, even channels that don't have any monetization. They can still claim videos regardless because that's how it is. Because they don't have an agreement with that YouTube channel. They don't have an agreement with that person to have their music on their channel. Because, for example, what if... Because, like, the music company wants to make sure that their music is with a very particular group that it's okay. Or that they make money off it, whatever. Let's say that their music is playing on a YouTube channel that, you know... Let's go with the most extreme example, guys. Okay, we're going to go to the extreme example. Let's say that the YouTuber says a lot of racist shit. He's very malicious. He is like, very nasty, belligerent, and all this nasty shit. Do you think that the music companies want their music to be paired with him for free and not get a dime? I mean, I don't know. No, maybe that doesn't make any sense, actually. No, redact that. That example didn't really go anywhere. I mean, there might be something there, but either way, it's just that between the YouTuber and the music company, there's no agreement, so they're gonna claim it because you don't have an agreement with them. You have to ask them permission if you're gonna make money off of a product that has their music in there. So they do have a legal leg to stand on. It's not illegal. They're not stealing your money. It's their music. And it's the same thing with Nintendo. Yeah. I know someone's already going to try to disagree with me there, but Nintendo does have a right to claim Nintendo videos. Is it good PR for them? Does it make them look good? No. It doesn't. I mean, they don't have to. They don't have to claim their videos, and they shouldn't. But they do, and it's not a question of is it legal for Nintendo to do it, because it is legal for them to do it. They're just exercising their right to do it. Is it something that makes them look good? No, but they have a right to do that. It's that simple. You don't have to agree with it, but that's the law. That's how it is. They have every right to do that because it's their game. It's their property. It's their license. They have every right to claim those videos, as do music companies.
Have an arrangement with the music company. The game maker did. The game maker, so
yeah, not
Rockstar,
you,
paid those music companies to license their music to be in their game. That means whenever someone plays the fucking game, the music's in it. They already made their money. Alright? Now, because I made a video, a Let's Play, a derivative work off of the original game with the music in it, doesn't mean they get another cut. They were already...
His Let's Plays aren't very derivative. Other people's Let's Plays are more derivative because, like, look at Donkey, for example, video game Donkey. He edits his videos, he puts a little, like, charm to them, he puts a lot of work in them. DSP just pops on the game, plays, starts record, stops record, uploads. That's not a lot of derivative work. I mean, it's like if I said, oh, these videos are derivative work. I just hit start record, and I hit stop record. This is derivative, guys. I don't necessarily think these videos I do are like, you know, that derivative or that, you know, edited, but it's just that I'm not making money off these videos, of course. So I don't know. It's just his Let's Plays aren't very derivative. They're not very transformative. They're very bland in nature.
Paid by Rockstar to have their music used. It would be one thing if I was lifting music off the internet and putting it into my videos. Yeah, then they have a legal leg to stand on because no one paid them for that usage. They've already been paid for the use of their music, and this is double, triple, quadruple dipping on something they were already paid for years and years ago when they had that agreement with Rockstar.
But they don't have the agreement with you!
It's complete and utter fucking bullshit. And in a lot of cases, the system...
They don't have an agreement with you, Phil. They have the agreement with Rockstar, not DSP Gaming. The agreement has nothing to do with streaming or anything like if Rockstar had in their agreement, you can have your music in our game, but you have to be okay with other people streaming it and allowed to make money off of it. They're gonna say no. No music company's gonna agree to those terms. Because that's shitty terms. They get nothing out of it because they only get paid by one person. They're not getting paid by thousands of streamers that are gonna stream their game. They don't have an agreement with you, Phil. So they're not. Ugh, man.
That shouldn't be in place. And if you actually contact a lot of these companies, they say, "Oh no, that's just an auto match. We didn't even actively do that." It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But sadly, YouTube, unless you're in a managed partnership, doesn't protect you from this shit. Other than the Grand Theft Auto, I've noticed all of my WWE playthroughs, every single one, is slowly but surely getting claimed. So all that music that was in the WWE games, getting claimed, it's either getting blocked or muted or whatever. So all those playthroughs, sadly, look like they're going to go away. And there's nothing I can do about that. The Naruto games that I've played are all getting claimed. All the Naruto stuff is getting claimed.
Naruto, who cares?
I'm trying to think what the other common offenders are. Oh, sports games. Any sports games that I played, MLB, NBA, any of them that had music in them, all getting claimed. So pretty much, if you want to watch those playthroughs, I strongly urge you right now, go watch them right away. Because within a couple weeks to months here, as all these content ID claims seep into my 40,000 plus videos on YouTube because of this automated bullshit system that's completely illegal, they're going to go away. I mean, you're either not going to be able to see them or the music's going to be muted.
Imagine if you're a musician or a music company and someone just plays your song on their YouTube channel and makes money off of it, be it in a game or whatever, and then they tell you, it's illegal if you claim it because it's your music, it's illegal for you to do that. How fucking shitty that would be, because it's like, boy, I fucking have the rights to my fucking music, and you're telling me it's illegal for me to claim my fucking music?
It's going to be terrible. So you got to watch. If you're going to watch any of that stuff, you got to watch it right away.
Right now.
Now, when you think about games like Grand Theft Auto, I mean, I could always go back to those games later, especially for the fact that, I played the original versions of a lot of those on PS2. Maybe I could go back and play the remastered versions that they've now remade in HD and stuff like that, and I'll just take the music out at that point, which is very possible, and, I think people might enjoy that. In fact, San Andreas, a replay of San Andreas was one of the things last year that was up in the polls for me to do, and I ended up it being like second place, so I didn't do it. So we'll see in the future. Maybe I'll go back to them and redo them with better quality and everything, so that way they're still there and you can watch them on YouTube rather than be all fucking muted and shit. But that's what's going on right now, sadly, okay? But the good news is DSP Gaming is partnered and is making money. And here's the weird thing,
making money,
folks. Now, this is not based on any kind of actual fact or whatever. This is just me telling you the facts, all right? This is not based on any kind of evidence that I have regarding machinima or anything like that. But here's the facts.
The facts.
Right? In February, I saw an almost 50% reduction in ad revenue for the DSP Gaming channel. Almost 50% out of nowhere. Inexplicable, doesn't make any sense that there would be that much of a drop in ad revenue. And again, Machinima and YouTube were not giving me any legitimate answers as to why that would have happened, okay? I left the partnership with Machinima a little over 2 weeks ago and became partnered with Curse. Since I've been partnered with Curse, this is not an exaggeration, I am now making on DSP Gaming 2 to 3 times as much money a day as I was when I was partnered with Machinima. Now, it makes no sense.
Look! Right there! Contradicts what he said earlier. Oh, I'm not making as much money as I did with Machinima. I'm making more money than I was in Machinima. Now, I'm assuming he means in February. I'm assuming that's what he means. But he didn't specify. So, it sounds like he's saying in general. And if that's the case, his fans must be very easy to fool then.
Because the agreement I had with Machinima was that I was supposed to be making more ad revenue. Like, I was making more of a higher percentage of the profits of ad revenue on my videos. But for some reason, overall, the ad revenue on my videos was abysmal when I was with Machinima. Now that I'm with Curse, the ad revenue has skyrocketed. Like,
skyrocketed,
is it because I left Machinima and I'm with Curse? Was Machinima blacklisted to the point where I guess YouTube, they're not in YouTube's good graces, so YouTube was giving Machinima partners the absolute worst advertisements on the internet that weren't paying out a lot of money, and now that I'm with Curse, Curse is getting better advertisements? I don't know. That's pure speculation, but the god-honest facts are that now that I'm with Curse, I'm making way more money on DSP Gaming than last month when I was with Machinima overnight, inexplicably. Okay? So that's good news. Now, it's not great news. Great news would have been, oh my god, DSP Gaming skyrocketed and shot back to where it was last year, the amount of money that it was making every month. That's not the case. It's still lower than it was last year, which is why I'm glad I've made all these changes to my streaming, which we're going to talk about in a moment how that's doing.
Hold on. You need to hear that again.
I'm glad making DSP Gaming skyrocketed and shot back to where it was last year, the amount of money that it was making every month. That's not the case. It's still lower than it was last year, which is why I'm glad.
DSP Gaming skyrocketed last year, but is not as high as last year? What? I hear that again.
That's pure speculation, but the god-honest facts are that now that I'm with Curse...
The God's honest facts. Isn't it supposed to be the God's honest truth? Whatever.
I'm making way more money on DSP Gaming than last month when I was with Machinima overnight, inexplicably. Okay? So that's good news. Now, it's not great news. Great news would have been, oh my god, DSP Gaming skyrocketed and shot back to where it was last year, the amount of money that it was making every month. That's not the case. It's still lower than it was last year, which is why I'm glad I've made all these changes to my streaming, which we're going to talk about in a moment how that's doing.
That kind of confused me. So he said that, oh, great news would have been that DSP Gaming is skyrocketed as high as it was last year, but that's not the case. It's as low as last year? Whatever.
Because that's helping to make up for the difference, but I'm serious, like, at least looking daily what I was making with Machinima in February, compared to daily what I'm making now with Curse, it's 2 to 3 times as much. What the fuck? How is that possible? Because you would think it's the same ads, but apparently not. It must not be. Unless there's some miraculous switch that flipped because I went from Machinima to Curse. They said, well, Phil's now greenlit for good ads again, and they gave me the better ads. I don't know. I don't know how it works. And by the way, there's no information anywhere about this. If you ask YouTube, they won't tell you. If you ask the partnership network, they won't know. And if you look on the internet, no one knows shit. So there's no information whatsoever about this. If this is true, if I had jumped ship from Machinima 2-3 years ago and went to another partnership network, would I have been making more money all along? Maybe. And there's no way to tell.
See what I mean? He's saying he's making more money than he did with Machinima, but earlier he said that he wasn't making as much money as he was with Machinima. Which is it? Are you making more money than you did with Machinima, or are you making less money than you did with Machinima? Which story is it? This is the thing. He keeps going between the two. In pre-streams, he kept saying, well, this new partnership, I'm not making as much money as I did with Machinima, but, it is what it is. Now I'm making more money than I did with Machinima, but I'm not making as much money as I did with Machinima. Which one is it? He can't even keep his story straight. This is why I have a hard time believing him when he tells us stuff like this, because I don't know if he's gonna contradict his story the next day. He could tell us one day that he's in dire straits, and then tomorrow say I'm saved. The business is saved. So in this video, I watched this video before. I'm sure everyone who watched this has, but he does talk about how April is going to be a very financially tight month. It's going to be. I really don't expect that. I'm going to be surprised if he's going to be financially struggling next month. I'm willing to believe. I'm willing to bet. He's going to survive next month. He's going to be here in May. He's going to be here in June. He's going to be here in July, so on and so forth. He will still do this. I really have a hard time believing that he's financially strapped if he can't keep this simple story straight. He's making less money than he did with Machinima, but he's making more money than he was with Machinima. So, you tell me.
Sense at all, but this is the truth of the matter right now, okay?
Okay.
So at least that's good news, is that DSP Gaming, it's not making enough money to support the business by itself, but at least it's making more money than it was when I was still with Machinima. So that's a good positive thing, okay? Now, this channel, this channel, The King of Hate Vlogs, is no longer partnered with any partnership network because it's a vlogging channel. It doesn't have to be. Channel. I don't have to have protections from Content ID or whatever. I don't use music or anything on this channel, nothing. It's just me talking to a camera. This is the most protected channel there is. Like, there's nothing that they could get me on. So therefore, I don't care about this channel not being partnered with anyone. And so far, so good. It's working fine. I'm making barely any money on it, but you know what? I'm making just as much money now on this channel as I was when it was partnered with Machinima. So,
except he uses Audio Micro music for his the weekend preview and all that. So wouldn't that be claimed? Because Audio Micro is not with Machinima anymore, and this channel is not partnered with Curse.
This channel never made any money. This channel literally would be like a couple $100 a month tops. And that's the truth. Even when I was last year, when I was doing those reaction vlogs all the time and they were getting good views, I was making like $200 a month on this channel. So that's why I wasn't going nuts. That's why this year, honestly, I'm not doing a lot of vlogging. Am I too crazy about it? No, because this is not paying my bills. This channel is always just a way for me to communicate with you and share some ongoing long-running series and stuff.
But any money can help you with the bills. Any money can help you with the bills, Phil. Come on.
Not my main concern business-wise, okay? So that's great, and you know, this channel is going fine, so that's good. My third channel, KO Gaming, is still in a partnership with Machinima. I believe it's until I think it's around the end of the first week of April. I could be wrong. It might be actually like the middle of the second week of April. I have to look it up. But basically, that's when the contract expires at Machinima, and I'll be rolling KO Gaming into a new partnership as well, so that will be, you know, ongoing. It'll have advertisements and everything on it. If you haven't noticed, these past few weeks, I haven't been doing anything for KO Gaming, and that's literally because I've been so busy with the new releases, which have all been incredibly long games, that I haven't had a spare moment to do anything for KO Gaming. Like, I haven't had a chance to do a first impressions video. I haven't finished any games yet, so I can't actually review anything for the channel yet. And I did put up, the last video I put up there was a fan submission. It was DSP Plays Battlefield Bad Company to Abridged, and I did that like over 2 weeks ago. And that was good, but I don't want to keep putting those videos up with nothing else. You know what I mean? Like,
Remember when he said he was doing the KOCC, so that it would be content in between major videos and would keep the channel alive? Well, I guess it's not good enough to keep the channel alive. Fuck it, let's just hold those videos for ransom until I make a video. Are you fucking for real, Phil? Come on.
In those submission videos along with my own content, and right now I have none of my own content to put out on that channel. Now, shortly that may change. I'm going to have, you know, I'm going to be able to start doing reviews and stuff for the games that I'm finishing up, and I do plan on doing some of that stuff. So keep your eyes peeled on KO Gaming, probably sometime in April where there'll be a hell of a lot more stuff on it. But right now, the reason you haven't seen anything over there is that's why, because I'm just so busy with Zelda, like 60+ hours of gameplay still going.
Zelda.
You know, Mass Effect Andromeda, an insanely long game. Danganronpa, an insanely long game.
Danganronpa.
And Nier Automata, I wasn't going to review because you have to play the game 3 times to actually get to the end of it, and I only did it once. That's all I had time for, so I didn't want to say, oh, let me go review the game and only review the first run-through instead of the 3. That wouldn't be fair to the game, so there was no reason for me to do that either.
Remember what he says later on. I think he addresses later on, but just remember, he refuses to continue playing Nier, but just wait until what he says later on. Take a sip, chew the water.
So, in regards to YouTube, the news is good but not great. The good news is DSP Gaming in a new partnership. Bad news with it is that, unfortunately, a lot of videos with music and copywritten stuff like that is getting claimed, and you're not going to be able to watch them anymore in the future. They're going to be muted or whatever. But the good news is, overall, DSP Gaming is making way more money right now than it was last month with Machinima, inexplicably. Again, no explanation. All I can say is there's got to be a cause and effect. How is it that as soon as I leave Machinima and go with another network, immediately the profit goes boop like this? I mean, obviously there's something going on behind the scenes here. Quite honestly, this may be one of the major reasons why I just split with Machinima, which again, I can't give you the details until the...
Yeah, he split with Machinima. I just want you guys to look back at the tweets that he posted before he did the laid off video. Does that sound like he decided to leave Machinima, or that it came out of nowhere for him? I'm more willing to believe that they fired him. I don't think they fired him out of, like, oh, you're a terrible person, Phil, you're fired. I don't think it's that. I think that Machinima fired him in the sense that they just didn't want to continue to pay for him. I think that he was at a loss with them, and they just kind of fired him for that reason. I don't think that it was like Machinima saying, oh, you're a fucking asshole, Phil, we gotta fire you. I don't think it's that. I think that they fired him because of their financial reasons. That's what I think, at least. That's my suspicion, or that they just couldn't take it anymore. Whatever. It is what it is. We'll see. I guess we'll find out if he's telling the truth in that video. But it doesn't sound like he decided to leave. That's the point I'm getting at. That's the thing I want you to remember. I don't think he chose to leave. I think that is the biggest lie he has ever said in this video so far. Because, I mean, one of the biggest lies. But because if he chose to leave, then why was he panicking during that? He was like, oh my god, the worst case scenario happened, guys. Terrible news. Oh my god, I'm unpartnered. I don't know what the fuck to do. And then he went with curse, and then so on and so on. It did not sound like he chose to leave. It sounded like it came out of nowhere to him. Because he was about to play, like, I think it was Yakuza 0 at the time. He was ready to play that, and then the whole thing with Machinima happened, and he was, like, freaking out on Twitter. But remember, he chose to leave. Yeah, sure.
Final partnership is done. I will give you the details. Wait till you hear the story. You won't believe it. I couldn't believe it when it happened. But you know what? With all the shit going on with Machinima right now, there's a lot of negative press with them.
Dude, I guarantee. I have a theory about this unbelievable story. Here's my 2 theories. 1, a rogue employee. An employee went up to him and said, Phil, you should leave. Machinima, they're going down. They're going down, Phil. You gotta leave. You gotta run. You still can, Phil. And he's like, oh, okay, dude. Wow, worst case scenario. It's gonna be that, or it's gonna be. I found out, guys. One of my detractors is a Machinima employee, and they decided to give me the worst ads ever. Could be that.
Right now, in fact, they are now, you might not have heard this story, they're discontinuing, as of the end of March, their partnership with Audio Micro, which is a company that they've had for 4 years, a company where you can get free music and sound effects to put in your videos on YouTube if you're a Machinima partner. They just decided to end it out of nowhere. No explanation, just take it gone. So people who do edited videos and are under a Machinima partnership now have no resource to use music whatsoever in their videos. No explanation either. By the way, I still have that partnership. Curse, who I'm with now, has that partnership. So I can still use Audio Micro music in all of my videos, and I don't have any problems. So that's a good thing, right?
I have no problems, dude.
That's what I mean. Like, everything about Machinima now is negative. I think it was the right time to leave, honestly. I really do. I think that things happen for a reason, some people tend to say. I think in this case, this particular...
But remember, he spent all this time kissing Machinima's ass, saying... Guys, don't believe the negative press that Machinima gets. They're a very good company. Remember when he said that? I think I did a video on it. I think it's called like DSP tries it sleeping with Mama Machinima. I think that's the name of the video. Check it out. He goes out of his way to defend Machinima. Not even a few weeks ago when he, like I think it was like in February, March, in that general window. He was like, Machinima got my back. That's why I'm still with them, dude. Yeah, Machinima. Machinima's so cool. Guys, I'm so glad I left Machinima. Apparently shit's going on, guys. I'm so glad I left Machinima. Wow.
Break with the company that I've been with for some 5-6 years is a good thing. From all things I'm seeing right now, right? Making more money, away from the negative press that they're getting, I think things are working out good. We'll see long run, because there's no way you can tell long run, but for now, it's looking good. And like I said, I'll have more information. I'll do a whole explanation about my association and my experiences with Machinima once that final partnership ends in early to mid-April. Then I'll spill the beans, per se, and that's going to be a very interesting video that people have been waiting for a while.
Spill the beans, dude.
Okay, so on YouTube, that's how things are going. Now let's talk about Twitch, because Twitch, wow, things have changed on Twitch, right? My daily gameplay now, my streams are very different than they used to be. I'm engaged with the stream chat. I'm actively responding to things they're saying and talking with them, reading their messages, interacting, you know. They're helping me a little bit with the games. They're not fucking hand-holding me and telling me how to beat every single thing in a game. In fact, it's funny, whenever I go against a boss in Zelda, everyone's like, shut up, don't tell him how to beat it. Let him do it for himself first.
Fucking bullshit. During the Dark Souls Redemption one, I was there in his chat, and I kept telling his stream, his fans, why are you guys telling him what to do? Let him discover it on his own. This is a redemption run. He said no hand-holding, no excuses. And then he found excuses to say why he's allowed to look at stream chat and why, this and that.
If he can't do it, on himself, then tell him how to do it. And that's how we're approaching it. Give me the honest college try first on everything I do in a game. And then if I can't figure it out, get frustrated, then give me a little bit of help so I can progress and it could be a more entertaining gameplay experience. Because if I'm stuck here for 4 hours on the same boss, no one's going to watch and no one's going to care. Of course, there's a few idiots out there who all they care about is rage so they can make their fucking little illegal videos stealing the content of...
Ooh, man. This is funny to me because he already makes his money because he right now he's saying the same shit that a music company would say about him with his music. First, it's illegal for the music company to claim his videos for using their music, whatever. But it's illegal for people to take his videos that he already made money on. When you watch a video from DSP, you're already giving him money. In a sense, you're giving him a view, whatever. And then they take his videos and they make a montage out of it, and then they upload it for free. Oh, that's illegal. Unless you give it to him for him to monetize and make money on, then it's okay. But it's illegal otherwise. Okay, I mean, and also the thing is that the salt brings in the views, like. I'm sure if, let's say, I decided to stream Street Fighter V, full time, whatever, and I get angry, get salty. I always do. I always get salty in Street Fighter V, and I get a lot of views. I'm not gonna fucking stop. I'm not gonna be like, oh, guys, they're just here to watch me get angry. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Fuck it. No, I don't mind because I think it's also kind of funny when I do get angry during Street Fighter V. I think it's entertaining both as a viewer and the person who's playing the game when you get angry at a game sometimes. Like, there are some times where I do get generally annoyed and I don't want to continue the game, but for the most part, when it's a game like Street Fighter V, Nier, that kind of game when I'm having fun and I get angry, I don't mind. But when it's just like I'm not, if I'm not having fun and I'm getting angry, then is where I draw the line. I need to have fun first. If I'm gonna get angry, I need to have fun first.
Raging to make me look bad, but I don't care about those fucking people. I
don't care about those people, but let me talk about
them. To have fun and to have an engaging experience, and who are gonna watch my stuff and be there in the long run. Those are who are participating in the streams today, who are cheering with bits, who are subbing to the channel. Boy, do I have great news in regards to that, which I'll talk about in a moment. And, leaving me tips. I opened up the ability to tip me a couple weeks ago, and that's been going great. So In regards to the streaming
Fucking
on Twitch,
tips.
overall, here's the deal. I've now done this new streaming method. Let's see, I started the new streaming method when I started playing Zelda. So at this point today, it's almost been 3 weeks now with the new streaming method, okay? Here's what's happened. Here's what's happened. Wait till you hear the news. This is pretty good news. Number one,
Pretty good news.
every single day that I've streamed, I get new subs and I get a bunch of new followers. There hasn't been a single day that I've streamed in this new method that I haven't gotten additional subs or followers. Every day there's positive growth, which is a good thing.
A good thing.
Number two, I have hit a milestone.
A milestone.
In regards to subs, okay? I now have over 250 subscribers to my Twitch channel. Now, for those who watch bigger Twitch streamers who've done this for years and years, of course you're going to say, well, that's nothing. Of course. But for me, it's a milestone. Even when I used to use Twitch back in 2013 and 2014, I never had 250 subscribers ever. I think the most I had was just over 200. So, in 3 weeks' time, I went from like 100 subscribers to over 250. That's awesome. That is really positive signs of growth, right? That people are liking the changes. They're engaged more. They're showing up more. They're interacting more. And that's a great thing. So that's good. What's happened is I now have the ability to add 2 more emotes. So I have 10 emotes total, and I've already submitted one. My viewer and moderator on the stream chat, Popsicolo, actually designed a new one for me. That's going to be added shortly. I already submitted it, and I'm waiting to see if anyone else works on one more so we can have 10. The next milestone for Twitch is 500 subscribers. I don't think I'm hitting that one anytime soon. Maybe by the end of the year, if I keep this up and the positive growth keeps continuing, maybe by the end of the year we'll see 500 subs, and then I get another 5 emotes, which is pretty cool. But for now, 250, I couldn't be more happy. I mean, in 3 weeks, are you kidding me? I've more than doubled the amount of subs that I had, and I'm getting so much positive growth. I got a bunch of people who host me now. That's the other cool thing.
I got people that host me, dude.
Ability of Twitch, and I took it to look for channels that are similar to mine. It just so happens that because I was streaming a lot of Dark Souls in January, it ended up pairing me with a lot of Dark Souls style streamers. But I also got Arturo Sanchez in there, you know, my old school friend from the fighting game community who still does daily gameplay and stuff with Street Fighter and other stuff. I got him in there, and what happens is during the day when I'm not streaming, the channel auto hosts these people, so people get a few more views. I actually noticed the other day one of them, his name is Tolo Mayor, and he
I saw him on Twitter talking about this, and then on today's pre-stream, today's Tuesday, so he's streaming Dark Souls 3 right now. He sounds like he's ready to suck anyone's dick if they host him, or if he hosts them, or whatever. He's like, I'm hosting them, and I want to say something about that as well. I noticed he started to host streamers on Twitch, and I sat there, I was like, dude, this is a way he's going to cheese money. He's going to, like, use hosting in a way that's gonna give him money, some financial thing. So when he started seeing people start subbing to people he hosts, he's like, look, I gave them subs, dude. And then like those people would obviously feel obligated to return the favor, and that's probably what happened. People probably like went to his channel, subbed to him, and all his fucking shit. Now he's like, fucking hosting, woo. It's like, dude, fucking, if he, and I want to see what would happen if someone who he hosts, and that guy says, hey Phil, can you stop hosting me? I don't want to be hosted on your channel. I wonder what would happen. Or he hosts them, and then he asks them, can you host my channel too, buddy? And he's like, no, I don't want to host your channel. I want to host like random people. I want to keep it random. I don't want to keep hosting the same people or whatever. I wonder how he's gonna react to that. I'm curious, but I don't know how Twitch hosting works. Is it random? Is it just, oh, well, it is what it is. I don't know. But I feel like he allowed hosting so that he can find a way to cheese money out of it.
Exclusively, like, from software stuff. He ended up getting a few subs out of it. And I went to his stream and I said, just so you know, I hope that this is helping you because I was never part of that Twitch culture.
He went to the streamer and was like, hey, man, I'm glad to help you, dude. I gave you subs. It's because of me. How fucking egotistical does he have to be to think like that? Okay.
With hosting I didn't understand it. I didn't get it.
I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. But I
and
got
people
money,
help
so
each
I
other
understood
out.
that
Since
part.
I started doing the hosting, other people are getting help, and people are coming to my streams from other people's streams as well. And it's awesome. It's all working out. Like, I love this feeling. It's so different from YouTube. On YouTube, it's like, fuck that guy over there. He's my competitor. He's a piece of shit. I want nothing to do with him. And now I'm on Twitch. It's like people are like being nice to each other.
What? No, Phil. The people on Twitch are probably nicer to you because they don't know who the fuck you are because you weren't there for a while. But if you streamed on Twitch for as long as you were on YouTube, they probably would not help you. They probably would be like, get the fuck away from me. Because the thing is with YouTube is the community there is pretty whatever. You could try to pair up with other channels, whatever. But no one on YouTube, as far as I know, treats it like a capitalistic society. Like, oh, you're my competitor. I can't be with you, buddy. It's like,
check out this guy's content. Check out that guy's
oh my
content.
God,
when I'm not streaming, it's a different feeling. It's awesome. It's something positive. Something positive. Wow. Figure that one out. There's actually something positive on the internet.
Figure this out, Phil. I am having a positive experience on the internet with people. I have a good like group of people I talk to. I get along with them. Sure, I might disagree with them. I mean, I'm not a Sometimes I get fucking heated. Sometimes have my moments. Because everyone gets heated. I'm sure everyone has that moment. But you know what? I still get along with these people. You know, some people. I've never been in a situation where someone is like out to get me or something, you know. I know that there might be people out there that don't like these videos, who don't like my channel, who don't like me, and that's fine. You know what? It is what it is. They have their opinion. But the people who I'm getting along with, you know, I'm talking to them, I'm doing fun stuff with them. Like this thing I'm drawing. This character I'm drawing is from Samurai Jack. I put a poll on Twitter about saying, oh, what should I draw? And so far, like, the first place winner was Daughters of Aku, so I'm drawing that. Then I'm going to draw Liza from Skullgirls. Then I'm going to be drawing, I think, the third place winner was Aku, I think? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. So I'm running all these stuff, so, like, because it's fun. I like doing stuff like this because it's fun. It's fun interaction. These people are very cool people. I watch their content. Their content is really good. Their videos are really good. All this stuff. I get along with these people. So I've had a positive experience with people on YouTube and wherever I go because I'm not an asshole. I don't, sit there and expect these people to come out of the woodwork to give me shit. I mean, I have this one guy gave me a good thumbnail. I used it for one video, and it was actually a really good thumbnail. And I thanked the guy. I didn't sit there like, okay, where's my thumbnail? I wish a fan would make me a thumbnail. Where's my thumbnails, dude? Oh, man. Thumbnails, like...
In this day and age. I thought it was all gone, but apparently I was wrong, because there's some good stuff going on Twitch right now. So, yeah. So, everything on Twitch has been good. And ultimately, to let you know the result, ultimately, my overall views on Twitch, they're not sky high. In fact... I got, for the first week that I played new games, for example, the first week I played Zelda, the first week that I played, or the first few days that I played Mass Effect, etc., views were good. Then they tapered off. That always happens with long, ongoing playthroughs, because there's some people who they're still in that mindset that they have to see every part in every video before they see the next, so they're not going to show up. And, when I'm playing a game like Zelda, where I've already played over 50 freaking hours, how many people have honestly watched all 50 hours of my Zelda playthrough? Probably not a lot, maybe a couple hundred out of the thousands that are currently watching, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not getting ridiculous numbers on my streams for stuff like that. I think what'll happen is, in time, my viewership's going to adapt and change. What I'm going to get is adjusted from a viewership who are here to see every part of a playthrough to a viewership on Twitch who are only there just to hang out with me. They don't care what game I'm playing. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm here to have fun, and if the game sucks or the game's great, regardless, we're going to have a fun time on stream. That's kind of my methodology now, is if the game sucks, let's interact. Let's talk on stream about stuff and do other things so that we can get other stuff going. When I'm playing Mass Effect Andromeda and I have to drive from one side of a fucking barren planet to the other fucking side of a barren planet, and it's going to take me 5 to 10 minutes, let's at least chat in the stream chat. So we're occupied and we got something to fucking do, right? Because the bottom line is, I can't believe how many of these games have gone sandbox style, and now there's just so much dead time when you're playing the fucking game. It's all time killer bullshit.
Time killer bullshit.
So that's what the stream chat is for. That's what the new chat interaction is for.
That's probably a very
I do want
entertaining
to say,
segment.
special thank you, shout out to Dr. Zombie. It's a longtime fan and viewer of mine who I'm kind of friends with him outside of the YouTube thing too, because
friends, he has friends, dude.
We kind of talk to each other about stuff back and forth. And he designed all of those pop-up notifications that you've been seeing in my gameplay videos this month. He designed all of them.
Oh, those
so
trash
he's going
fucking...
out of his way, to do these, and he loves doing it. He's his hobby. He's an artist, and he likes doing this stuff. And he says, this is, if it helps me, he's willing to work on stuff. And he says he's working on new stuff for future playthroughs as well and other ones. So that's awesome. So shout out to Dr. Zombie. He's been amazing putting that stuff together. It's been really good. And by the way, if anyone wants to work on fan art, or anyone wants to take their own kind of take at those moving GIFs or GIFs or whatever you call them for notifications, you can. I have a whole section on my kingofhate.com forums. The kingofhate.com/forums. There's that section there for that artwork that you can submit it, and I will review it, and if I like it, I'll put it on my pre-streams or I'll use it on my streams, all right? So that's been positive. But overall, to give you guys a picture here, the profitability of streaming on Twitch, FYI. Now, I've been doing this for 3 weeks, and what Twitch does is it takes it by about a month at a time when it gives you, like, at a glance how much money you've been making on Twitch. I have more than doubled the amount of money that I'm making live streaming. Now, I was making an okay amount of money live streaming previously.
Look at
now
this.
It's actually pretty damned good to the point.
So, I know where you guys keep this in mind as well. Twitch subs, bits, cheers, tips, Patreon, and Teespring are all direct money sources for him. Like, he gets that money immediately. So, like, let's say you buy a t-shirt, he gets that money immediately. So on and so forth, right? So he's saying here that I'm making a lot of money. I'm doing good now. So that's why I don't fucking believe for a fucking second that April's gonna be a tough month for him. If he's saying, like, he's saying how good this month is. Oh, I'm able to pay my bills. Oh, so good. So how is he not gonna be able to pay his bills in April? I mean, I guess taxes is gonna be taking a big chunk out of it, but if he's doing good now, and he does the same performance next month, then he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be... I guarantee he'll be fine in April. I guarantee. It's the same fucking shit that happened earlier this year. Oh, guys, I don't know how January's gonna be. I might lose this house. I'm gonna be financially tight. I don't know. And then come the first week of February, guys, I might have overreacted. I think I'm gonna be okay. I think I'm gonna be pretty good. So it could be the same deal again. He's saying he's unsure about April. Come around April, by the end of April, be it in May maybe, he's gonna say April was good. I was fine. I survived. We're good now. We're golden. He's gonna do that, or he's gonna move the goalpost. He's gonna say, "Oh, well, we made it through April, but now I don't know about May. May might be tight too." And then May comes. Oh, June. June is gonna be the tough month. We don't know about June yet, guys. June could be something. And then pushes it and pushes the goalpost. He will keep dangling this carrot as long as he can in front of his fans, and fans like Brightside Viking, KG, maybe KG, every other fan that is a dope. I'm sorry to say that to you guys if you're a fan of DSP, but you are a dope if you sat through this and didn't pick up on the fucking contradictions in the same fucking video. He said he was not making as much money as he did with Machinima. Then said he's making more money than he did with Machinima. Then he's saying that, oh, I'm making a lot of money on Twitch. How is April tight then? How is April tight? I don't know. I'm very skeptical about this. But again, I've just grown skeptical over what DSP has said because he has said a lot of dumb shit before. I would not put it past him if this is a fucking lie.
I think if I keep up the way I'm doing and I continuously grow like I'm doing right now, Twitch may, in the next few months, this is no exaggeration, in the next few months, Twitch may actually become my main source of income. YouTube may become the supplementary source of income. And then other things like Teespring and Patreon are just the final things that put the whole thing together and allow me to pay my bills and do this as a business, okay? So right now, the changes that I have made, leaving Machinima, going to Curse as a new partnership network, changing up my video style, making it more interactive with people who are on the stream and having these pop-up notifications and giving shout-outs and being overall more interactive is making me more money on Twitch. And combine all those factors together, okay? And it's actually looking like come May, June, I may be not great, but I may be back on my feet financially to a point where I don't have to worry about every month, oh my God, can I pay my bills? Oh my God, will my bank account be overdrawn this month? Oh my God, do I have to juggle 500, things and pay this one on this date and this one on this date and have to worry about all of that for the first time in some 6+ months, because ever since last fall when all this started going on with the views dropping, ad revenue plummeting and everything, it's been a constant nightmare of me worrying about this shit.
Constant
really
nightmare.
has.
Don't worry, your
So what I'd
fans
like
have
to
the same
say
fear.
is to those, number one, to those who are my long time fans, my long time viewers, thank you for understanding. Now, I know there's a bunch of people who, no matter what, whenever there's change, they're upset. They're upset that I've now changed my video style for a lot of these playthroughs. They can't believe that my videos, I'm making shorter videos now to try to get my view engagement back up on DSP Gaming so it can get back into search rankings and get better advertisements again. So all these, and they're all upset. Whatever. I'm never going to please everyone. The bottom line is whenever there's change, there's going to be people that are upset. Listen, guys and gals, I tried it my way. I tried to do things my way.
He tried to do things his way? Let's go back in time, guys. Remember back when he had the camera and then people told him to use direct capture? Oh, I don't want to do that. That's not my way. And then he did direct capture. Then people told him to do streaming. He picked up streaming. He didn't want to do Twitch. After he left Twitch, he didn't want to do it again. He's doing Twitch again. When the last time he did YouTube his way was back in 2009, way before direct capture. That's the way he did it. That's his way. He never did YouTube his way ever since. So this is a fucking lie. He never did YouTube his way ever. Even with the length. He extended the length because fans told him to. So if he's trying to say that, oh, well, I did YouTube my way, that's a fucking lie because according to DSP Gaming, back at, all these years of vlogs, he never did YouTube his way. But now it's his way. So basically, if you give him a suggestion of doing something, he'll say it's your suggestion for a while. Then years down the line, he'll say it was his idea. Years down the line, he'll say it was all his idea. Keep that in mind. He takes responsibility. Is it responsibility? Credit. He takes all the credit.
Ever since I started on YouTube in 2008 and doing this as a job since 2011. As of now, I can't do it that way anymore. YouTube will not allow me to have a successful business doing things in the method that I was doing it. So I have to change. If I want to survive, I have to evolve. Even changing up my videos to edited style and longer videos, it's not going to help anymore because YouTube is too oversaturated with people doing it. So what I need...
I have to evolve, but I can't evolve there, guys. I can't do that. I can't evolve that much because everyone is evolving on YouTube. It's too saturated with evolution, so I can't do it.
Do is go to the place where there is potential for growth, Twitch, change my stuff there, and then have YouTube, yes, as a presence, and don't abandon the longtime YouTube viewers, but let you know things have to change. The content overall for certain games is going to look a lot different. Yeah, you're going to have pop-up notifications. I'm going to be giving thank you shout-outs. I'm going to be talking to people who are actually on stream and interacting with them, because that is where it's at right now. The old methodology of just playing a game offline isn't working anymore, because the people who are successful at it are doing edited, scripted videos. They're already at the top of the YouTube chain, and there's no way to surpass them. There's no way to get that market share back. I will never get a viewer who watches those big guys to come watch my stuff. It just won't happen, because that's how YouTube's set up now. They can't even discover my videos anymore. They can't even accidentally see it in a sidebar or click on it in a search, because I don't even show up there anymore. So it's over in that regard. The fight of doing it my way and trying to do YouTube as a job my way is over. But
my way.
There's a new way.
My way or the highway.
And the way is working, and I'm enjoying it. If anything, people have been giving me overwhelmingly positive feedback, saying that for those who are sticking in there and aren't jumping ship, for those who are sticking in there and still watching the videos on YouTube and they're attending the live streams, they're saying that my attitude has been way better lately. I don't seem negative all the time anymore. And I'm having a lot of fun interacting with people and joking around, and the gameplay videos themselves, they're reflecting more positivity, and when you watch the playthrough, you feel good. Rather than watching me do a game, and a lot of the times it's one of these games with grueling content or repetitive grinding, and it's like, fuck, I gotta get through this game. I gotta fucking keep grinding and get through this game, and I'm raging, I'm complaining. That's not happening all the time anymore. Sure, it still happens. Just happened the other day with Mass Effect Andromeda. There's a shitty part of thing. People have been giving me overwhelmingly positive feedback, saying that for those who are sticking in there and aren't jumping ship, for those who are sticking in there and still watching the videos on YouTube and they're attending the live streams, they're saying that my attitude has been way better lately. I don't seem negative all the time.
Because he's making money. And he said this as well in one of the pre-streams. Of course I'm going to be in a good mood when I'm making money. When I get money, I'm going to be in a good mood. He literally said that. So, just because you're there watching his videos, he's not going to be in a good mood. He's only in a good mood when he makes money. If he can't make money, he's not in a good mood, period. That is a fucking shitty way to live your life. Because that's like me saying, I'm not going to be in a good mood until I get 20 commissions, okay? So, I'm not getting regular commissions every day, so I'm angry now. I'm in a bad mood, guys. How am I gonna live my life if I can't get 20 commissions every day? I'm so fucking mad, guys. I'm in a bad mood. That would be fucking shitty, and that's how babies act. That's how children act. When they don't get the thing they want, they start getting in a bad mood. They start acting spoiled, and like, oh, dang, this and that. That's how he fucking acts. So when he gets what he wants, he's gonna be in a good mood. That's the same mentality as a kid is. You're not gonna get what you want in life all the time. You're not gonna do that. If you're gonna have that entitled attitude, you're gonna have a terrible life. Just be in a good mood for, for the people around you, the situation you're in. If you're able to, if you're in a good mood, you're in a good mood. You should not measure your mood by getting what you want. Just saying.
Anymore. And I'm having a lot of fun interacting with people and joking around, and the gameplay videos themselves, they're reflecting more positivity, and when you watch the playthrough, you feel good. Rather than watching me do a game, and a lot of the times it's one of these games with grueling content or repetitive grinding, and it's like, fuck, I gotta get through this game. I gotta fucking keep grinding and get through this game, and I'm raging, I'm complaining.
But he's grinding. He's still grinding. Zelda, he's grinding.
That's not happening all the time.
He grinded
anymore.
to get the Master
happens.
Sword.
Just happened the other day with Mass Effect Andromeda. There's a shitty part of the game. Enemies keep spawning behind me and beside me and insta-killing me because
because he has a terrible situational awareness when he plays the video game. He doesn't dare to look around. He stays in one place all the time. He kind of sucks at the game, to be honest. But I don't really...
bullshit. It's a bad game mechanic.
Mechanic.
That's okay. At least
where enemy spawn is a mechanic.
Rage for 45 fucking minutes to say how bad I hated the game or anything like that. No, I got past that part. I moved on.
Watch those Mass Effect videos where he gets extremely salty. D. Davidson, I hope you do a fucking video on his Mass Effect salt, because he is so fucking salty. He was so fucking salty in that game. He was yelling, saying, "Oh, this game is terrible. It's a terrible game. What did they do to Mass Effect?" And this and that.
And the rest of the session was enjoyable. And that's ultimately what I'm striving to do now. Don't turn certain game playthroughs into negative shitfests. Instead, get past the bad part and get back to the positive and be more positive with the people who I'm playing for live on stream. And overall, the product ends up being a better thing.
Hope the audio
So I
doesn't
do want to say
glitch.
this. I realize my content has changed. There are playthroughs that have not. For example, Danganronpa is a completely offline playthrough. There's people who absolutely are loving that playthrough because it's like the old school style. For narrative-based games, that's the way to go. If there's a narrative-based game, fucking do it like that, so that way there's no potential for spoilers or whatever, right? But when it comes to these big AAA releases, I'm going to be streaming them in this new method. Thank you for those who are understanding, who are watching the videos regardless on YouTube, and who are sticking around, all right? I realize there's going to be people who they're like, well, that's it, Phil's changed, I'm gone. There's nothing I can do about that. I got to make the changes that are best for me so I can keep doing this as a job, all right? For those...
Yeah, I'm just gonna make enough money, but I will also bleed some money on the side because people are leaving. I mean, to be honest though, he is right about that though. He can't please everyone, so you do have to please the audience that does either pay you the most or is more satisfying, I guess. But in the sense, but for me, I want to do things my way, kind of like there is a balance between giving the fans what they want and doing something you want. There is a balance. There's so you really have to be more decisive and critical with that, and that requires a lot of critical thinking because you're not going to know exactly what change is the best change, but you have to find a good middle ground. Like, well, I do videos this way. A lot of my fans wanted me to do it this way, but I like doing videos this way. But maybe I could look at what they want and try to implement it in my videos so that they're happy and I'm happy with the video. Because ultimately, you want to make a product that you and the person is happy with. You don't want to make one where one person's happy and the other person isn't necessarily, but you have to find a good balance, and that's really all it is when you work on something. It's hard work and it's kind of stressful sometimes. Like when I work on it, I'm gonna go a little bit on when I work on commissions. I get extremely anxious or stressed when I'm working on something, and it's like, oh, I hope they like it. I hope they're freaking happy with this, because I don't want to give someone a painting that looks like shit, and I don't want to, it's very great. It makes me very nervous. So when I send them a commission, when I'm done with it, and they tell me they're happy with it, I'm to the moon when I hear that. I really, like, that's where everything around me mutes, and like I don't care about the money part. I'm just happy that that person's happy. I get really, like, that's where I get a lot of pleasure out of doing these commissions. It's not really, oh, I get the money. Oh, I get the money. It's not even that. It's, oh, this person's happy with this. They're happy with what I gave them. That makes me really happy to see that they're happy with what I gave them. I don't want them to feel cheated or annoyed. I'm just glad that they're happy with what they get, with what I gave them. So I want to thank you, everyone. I want to thank everyone who's watching this video. If you gave me a commission or not, I don't. You guys are all lovely people, and I know that it's a weird way to say thank you in the middle of this, but it is what it is.
Who are on Twitch? I mean,
now
I don't think
shoulders
we possibly say it's been a better experience. You know what I mean? Like, you say, how could it have been better? This is going great. Every day we got regulars now who come in. I recognize all their names. We interact. We talk back and forth. We have fun, regardless of what game I'm playing. That's the other thing too. It doesn't matter if I'm playing Zelda, Mass Effect, Nier Automata. What was the game? Overwatch. You know, no matter what kind of game it is I'm playing, they're coming in. They're interacting with me, and we're having a good time. And they're cheering. That's what I mean. To my surprise, because I didn't know what was going to happen, people are coming in and cheering with bits. They're subbing to the channel. Like I said, I've more than doubled my subs. And tips as well. People are giving me tips, which basically means it's kind of a donation, but not. When you say donation, it means that it's supposed to be for non-for-profit. It's considered a tip if you're just giving extra money to someone who already performed a service for you, such as a waitress or a bartender. You would tip them for their work. Same thing here.
You would tip them for their work. I mean, yeah, that's true, but I mean, again, if you watch Reservoir Dogs, I agree with what Steve Buscemi said, that tipping shouldn't exist because it's kind of a shitty thing. And I want to say this as well: if you go to Europe, the way that they handle tips is better. They kind of include it in the bill, so when you pay the bill, you already pay the tip already. You don't have to do any calculation here. oh, you have to calculate the tip and this and that. Like it's oh no, they don't calculate in the bill. No, you you just drop like whatever. You don't have to like necessarily calculate to what the bill is or whatever. I know it's some weird way. It's easier to tip in Europe than it is here. Here you have to do like some calculation. But ultimately, I don't think we should have tips. I think they should be paid by a salary. I think that's more fair because it's very nervous when you're going out like, oh, I need a tip. How much is a good tip? And because you don't want to be that guy to under tip a waiter. But you gotta under tip this guy. This guy doesn't deserve your money, so it's all good.
We're coming into the stream. Wow, this stream was great. I'm gonna throw Phil a couple bucks today, and they tip me, and it's awesome.
It's awesome. I get money.
It's more than doubled the amount of money that I'm making on Twitch. Like I said, if it keeps up at this pattern the way it's going, especially with the big new releases coming up, just think about the next few weeks. The Dark Souls 3 DLC, Persona 5, Ukulele in April, big high-profile fighting games like Injustice 2 coming up in May. There's a lot of good stuff coming up in the next few months. If we could keep this going like this, by the summer, I may be great. I may be in a position where I'm like, well, I'm now back to where I was a year to 2 years ago, making cash and being able to pay my bills again. And you don't have to hear me harp on this shit. I won't have to make these videos anymore and say, well, here's the update on the business, everyone, because overnight I might go out of business anymore. You may not hear that anymore, all right? However, we're not there yet, and I have to end this video with probably the most important part of it, all right? April is coming up. Incidentally, April's the month of my fucking birthday. Oh, great. I mean, I'm just so happy that my birthday is coming up at one of the worst times ever for me in my YouTube existence. And let me explain why, okay? The reason that April's going to be such a tough month, a bad month, no matter what, even if we're having fun and tons of people are showing up on stream and tons of people are watching YouTube videos, I still have potential to be in massive crisis in April, and here's why.
Massive crisis.
Last month, February, I made the least by far ever on YouTube. All right, and that's why I left Machinima and all that. I had to have a change. I just no answers, and I'm not getting my answers on what's going on. I had to fucking figure out what was going on for myself. I didn't even make 60% of what I would need on YouTube to pay my bills. All right, I'm going to say that again. Typically, to pay my bills, there's a certain amount of money I need to make minimum on YouTube to do it. I didn't get there in February. It was that fucking bad. Now, January was bad, but because of this big surge of support from people on Patreon, I got like an insane amount of extra money on Patreon. It actually made up for the money that I made less on YouTube, and that's why this month, in March, I was able to pay my bills. We're not there. I mean, I'm in real dire straits right now.
We're not there.
In April, you got all this stuff coming up. You got my mortgages that I'm stuck with, my 2 mortgages, and, all these other payments.
Look how he's darting his eyes.
Business expenses and everything.
Let's rewind that a little bit.
Because in April, you got all this stuff coming up. You got my mortgages that I'm stuck with, my 2 mortgages, and, all these other payments and things coming in, business expenses and everything.
But he just said he is making more money on YouTube than he did with Machinima, but at the same time, it's not as much as Machinima, but it's more than Machinima, but not as much, but more. Twitch is giving double money. He's making a lot of money on Twitch. Patreon's doing pretty good, but April is going to be a tight month. Again, I'm really having a hard time believing him. Just saying.
In addition, I got to do my taxes, which I haven't even done yet. I have to do my taxes, which I know I'm going to owe money.
Taxes.
And then I have to pay my accountant, which is expensive. And I'm only going to be getting like 60% of what I normally get on YouTube. There's no way I'm paying my bills. Now, the good news is, there's a few things that have been helping me out. Number one, right up here, Teespring. The people who have all bought stuff from Teespring since I launched that store 3 weeks ago or so, all that money went directly to bills. So that helped me a ton, okay?
So keep buying my merch.
Right now, anyone, if you pledge to my Patreon in the next, what is today? Today's the 12th. Well, I'm filming this on the 26th, but I'm not releasing this till the 27th. If you pledge to my Patreon by the end of March, I get that money the first week of April. That money will go directly towards the bills so that I can pay them for the month of April, okay?
Towards the bills.
And the other thing is, if you're watching my live streams on Twitch, all right, if you tip me, meaning if you actually send me that tip The way you do that is when you're watching me on Twitch, underneath my Twitch channel, there's a page with all this info, my rules and links to everything. There's a section that says tips. If you click on that, it brings you to my tips page where you can send me a tip via the stream. That money I get right now. So I can immediately apply that money to my bills as well. If enough people...
See what I mean? He gets this money immediately. In the same video, he says how good it is. See, and it goes back to what I said before. Way before. There's other begging vlogs. It's just funny how he always starts these videos with good news. He always like, making money, I'm making the money, guys. It's good, it's going great, super. Everyone has came out of the woodwork to give me money. I'm doing real good, guys, real good. The end of the movie, plot twist. I'm in dire straits, guys. I might not be able to pay my bills. I need your money, guys. Please give me your money. I know I just said in for 30 minutes or so that I'm doing real good on Twitch. Let me just drop the bomb and say that I might not do good in April. Let me just tell you that right now so you guys can give me the fucking money right this second because I need your pledge right now. Let me tell you that. Why not just get straight to the point? Why waste everyone's time telling how good your business is going just to end it with my business might be tanking?
Help me by pledging to Patreon by the end of this month, the next 4 days or so, by buying stuff on Teespring, or by tipping me on Twitch. I should be okay, but I don't know. Right now, I'm nowhere near close enough. And the bottom line is right now what I'm kind of hinging on, which is really bad. My parents every year usually give me a birthday present. I'm actually counting on my birthday present to hopefully be enough, because I don't know what they're giving me, to pay my bills in April. That's terrible.
Mom and Dad, pay my bills,
present
dude.
That's supposed to be, oh, here's something nice for you for your birthday, is literally going to be like my necessary income to pay my fucking bills in April because of all this bullshit that happened on YouTube.
And the thing is that, like, how many people still get birthday presents when they're this age? I mean, you might get something for your birthday. I'm not saying you get absolutely nothing, but most of the time, like, I mean, for me, I kind of stopped caring about my birthday. In that regard, I still celebrate my birthday in a way because I hang out with my friends. I do whatever. I do whatever when I can. But I don't sit there and like expecting to get like flowered with fucking presents. And the other thing is that even if they give you birthday money and you pay with your bills, that's probably a good use of your money. They probably don't give you money to buy toys or anything like that. Like that's the thing. That's the thing I find annoying with Phil is that he is like, I can't buy movies with the birthday money. I gotta give it to the bills. It's terrible. No, because I mean, if I was a parent and my son or daughter or whichever can I get, if I give them money for their birthday and they put that money to bills or whatever, I'd probably be like, well, at least it's going to something that's useful and not going to something frivolous. I mean, I would not mind either way because it's my kid, and they can spend money however they want to spend it. But at least But if they choose to spend it on bills, I want to be like, oh, how dare you spend that money on bills? I gave you that money for this, dude. I'd be like, okay, well, you need to spend money on bills. It's just that but it's just ridiculous how much he begs for money from his parents. That's where it gets a little ridiculous. If he spends birthday money on his bills, that's fine, but...
So I implore you, this is no joke. This is no me over-exaggerating. April is going to be really bad. I'm going to try not to express any of that stuff on the streams. I'm going to try to still stay positive in the videos or whatever. But understand, there may be some stuff bad going on. I foresee possibly overdrawn bank accounts and other issues that are going to happen that aren't going to be very nice. But here's the good news. If I can get through April, all right, if I can get through this month and not have 100 bills overdue and unpaid and all of that shit, if I can find a way to make ends meet in April, in May, I'm going to see the increased ad revenue from YouTube from now being with Curse, and I'm going to see the increase in revenue that I'm making on Twitch, that I get paid all that in May, because it's a 2-month stagger. It takes 2 months to process all that, and for them to finally send it. So if I can get to May in one piece, okay? I think if we could keep this positive movement going with Twitch and all that, I think we're going to be good. I think by this summer, things will have gone back to normal from like 2 years ago, and I can be positive, and we can tackle all these new releases again. We can have a lot of fun. And that's the other thing, too. Even if there's no new releases, I can find fun stuff that people want to watch on Twitch every day, and even though maybe the playthroughs on YouTube won't do stupendous...
But he can't do Nier, guys. He cannot play Nier Automata. He can't. He can't fucking do that.
With views or whatever, if people are coming out on Twitch and still, tipping and cheering and subbing, it won't matter. It'll be enough to make up for it, which is awesome, right? It's absolutely awesome that now I don't have to rely, I don't have to rely solely on YouTube to be my bread and butter income. And basically, if it's a bad month, it's a bad month because YouTube views were down. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I can more diversify myself, which is what I need to do if I want to survive, okay? So overall, there's been positive stuff going on overall. It sucks that my videos are getting content ID claimed. I wish that there was a way around it. There's not right now. Unless I could find, by some miracle, another partnership company that wants to make me a managed partner, there's sadly no way out of me being able to, or not having that managed partnership, and we're going to see videos muted and blocked,
But didn't he say he got offers from other companies to be partnered with? Remember that weekend preview where you said, "Oh, where were these people before when I needed them?" Well, a good news, of course, is I could be there with a couple of weeks and then switch partnerships. So what happened to those? Did they just say, "Fuck it, later, Phil"? Like, or maybe they never existed.
block from some of my most popular playthroughs ever. There's no way around it right now. If I can find a solution later, I'll try, but right now there doesn't seem to be one, okay?
But you just...
And yeah, this coming April is going to really suck for me financially. I'm literally like hoping and praying that somehow between, like I said, the birthday present for my parents and people coming out in the next few days to Patreon and people tipping me on stream and Teespring purchases, between all that could come together and be enough somehow to pay my bills for April. I know that there's people, I've talked about other things that I'm doing. For example, my lease with my car right now expires in June. So come June, I'm getting a much more inexpensive car. That'll help me definitely. Sadly, the whole process of me trying to sell my condo in Connecticut is not looking good right now at all. It looks like I'm going to probably end up getting stuck with that condo in the long term, which sucks because that's a big financial drain on me. I've gone through every possible situation and negotiation, and it's still not looking good. It's not definite yet, but it's not looking good at all. So there's not much else I could do on my end. What I've done on my end, the changes I've now made, right? Leaving with Machinima, going with Curse instead, changing my video style for certain playthroughs and being more interactive and more positive with people. That's what I can do on my end, and I'm seeing positive increases in gains, and that's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Now, I got to pray for a miracle in April, and if I can get past that month, come May, June, July, I think we're going to be good. But we have to get through that first, okay? All right, that's
something about this arm.
That was informative enough. That was a lot of talking. In fact, I don't even know how long the video is. It looks pretty long. Hopefully that gets you up to speed on everything, and you now understand what's going on. I will make another video like this probably in a week to 2 weeks, again, when I have more updates and maybe more info for you on what's going on in that regard, and we'll go from there. But please, take this seriously. Thank you, number one, for all of your support, whether you're a longtime viewer who just watches my stuff on YouTube, whether you're someone...
Remember, take it seriously to pay my bills. Pay my bills.
The new live streams, no matter who you are, for your overwhelming support in this time of need, thank you. All right, this is awesome. Again, it looks like I've been saying this on pre-stream. It's almost like this may be my second coming. Like this could be my second rejuvenation. I used to just be YouTube. Now because I'm diversifying myself, I may find a way to make it work again, and it could be even better than before. Honestly, in a lot of ways, instead of just me sitting here playing games offline like it's a grind, I can have fun and interaction and positivity with people on a daily basis. I think overall it's going to be better for you and me. Okay, but that being said, we got to get through this hurdle of April.
Because we gotta get through it, guys. We gotta get through it. Not him. We're all in the same boat, guys. Remember, if Phil goes down, you all go down.
So please, if you're watching this video, and take it seriously, and if you can, Patreon in the next 4 days by the end of May, the end of March, excuse me, Teespring, or when you're watching my live stream, sending me a tip via Twitch as well. Those are the 3 ways you can really help me out right now. All right. That's it, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and it was informative for you. I will see you for all kinds of new gameplay this week, all kinds of new releases and everything coming out this week. Watch the weekend preview right here on this channel, which is already live, to find out the skinny on that. And that's
Skinny.
it. Have a good night.
Skinny.
Peace out.
God
See you later.
damn. Let's go to his Patreon. His Patreon. We go to his Patreon. Let's see if people took it seriously. Oh, it went down! What the fuck? What's going on with Patreon? How did he reach? Oh no, he did reach it. But I think his Patreon either didn't go up at all. I think it's either stayed the same or went down a little bit. 1,223. They sure took that vlog seriously, guys. That's a little teaser of what's to come. Let's go to the newest comments and let's take a look at what people have to say. The reason why your ad revenue dropped is because you spam 30 videos a day with no effort just to milk the system. That could be it. That could be why. But I mean, then why did it go up now? Tough April. Fuck yes. Finally, some positive momentum. Feels more like a community now. But didn't Phil say he doesn't want to have a community? And how is it positive momentum? You said April is gonna be a tough month, Sammy. Wow, dude, you're fucking stretching for that one. The whole thing about not getting a new audience due to how YouTube search engine works is the biggest YouTubers hoping, hogging all the viewers is not really true. Blah blah blah. Are the mugs from Teespring dishwasher safe? Ooh, that's a good question. Blah 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 blah. Snort. I'm waiting for. Oh, Killchan's here. This fucking guy. Let's see what he has to say. Content ID was made to prevent channels from monetizing videos while sharing music in every shape or form. A very strict anti-piracy method made so that people won't try workarounds. While it has to be expected when it comes to GTA and company, I find it absurd when the system flags cutscenes that include music made specifically for that game. You might have noticed then happening in MGS1 and Tomb Raider 2013. Killchan, they own the fucking music. They don't have a right. They have the right to claim it. Oh my god, fucking idiots, dude. Grown man still gets presents from his parents. Shake my head. Isn't he like 30 plus years old? Oh, someone's comment got deleted. Oh my god, man. TDS 225 220. Oh my god, 23. Jesus, haven't gotten a present since 18 and don't expect one. You don't get presents because you suck. Laugh out loud. Okay, wow, Sammy, what an asshole. He gets a dislike from me. That's a fucking shitty thing to say. I'm gonna even tell him that. Oh, dude, I forgot I made a hotkey the R button, so I stopped recording when I started writing this thing. Yeah, because I put an R. God damn it! And I also made S streaming as well. Man, I fucked up. Man, I accidentally started a stream too. Wow, I did all kinds of fucked up shit, man. And I'm gonna stop comments. I think that's enough. I learned my lesson, guys. Wow, I fucked up hard there. I don't know. I hope the video doesn't get fucked up. So I guess maybe I'll add this to the other video. Maybe not. Who knows? I fucked up the fucking video. We'll see. We'll see how long that video is. If it's like 1 hour and this is like a 30-minute video, I'll probably edit it in. If it's like, close to 2 hours, I won't add this in. We'll see. Let's get started. Man, that's what I get. That's what I fucking get. Oh, I remember what I was trying to fix. The fucking...
Alright, hello everyone and welcome.
Hello,
DSP
everyone.
Here, and this is the Weekend Preview. Today is Sunday, March 26, 2017. Got a lot to talk about in this Weekend Preview because this is a packed week with multiple new releases plus ongoing coverage of other games that have been pretty lengthy playthroughs, so it's a combination of a lot of stuff together, and I want to be sure that you understand how it's going to go down so there's no real confusion when we get to this week, and what's Phil playing on what day, and when is he planning on checking out this new thing or that new thing. That's the purpose of this video. But before that, let's very quickly go as a quick recap of the last week, because there was a lot of stuff that took place this last week, right? We had the continuation of my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild playthrough, which, by the way, is almost over. I'm at the very end game parts here, where I'm only doing the final exploration of areas I haven't been to yet. And I am going to be grabbing the memories, the final memories, and then it's the final end game castle. Hyrule Castle, and then we're done. That's it. So another 1 to 2 more sessions of Zelda, and I'll probably be done with it. I've also continued my Danganronpa playthrough, which it seems like at least the people who are watching it are really enjoying it. Is it a game that's appealing to a widespread audience? No, not necessarily. But being that, number one, it is a game that I'm playing offline with no stream interaction, which is totally different from my other playthroughs right now. And number two, it's the Patron's Choice playthrough from the Patreon goal of January. There seem to be a group of people that really are loving and digging this playthrough, and the bottom line is I'm really liking the game too, so I'm really enjoying playing it, and I can't wait to get back to it. I also started up my Mass Effect Andromeda playthrough. Now, this, out of all the games this week, by far is kind of the most controversial, because sadly, this game, you could tell, was not made by any of the people who worked on the original Mass Effect trilogy. So much stuff is different from the original Mass Effect games. Sadly, a lot of it is kind of subpar, especially, I think, the combat and the waves of enemies and the annoyance of enemies spawning around and behind you, and the bugs and the things that seem to be in the game. At the same time, though, the game has a lot of charm. Some of the story is quite interesting. The characters and stuff and the dialogue can be pretty good. So the game is kind of the ultimate mixed bag, where you've got some feelings of nostalgia from the old Mass Effect games combined with really shitty things that they did with this game. You can tell the team just was not as good as the original dev team of the original Mass Effect trilogy, which is sad. But because of that, pretty much everyone's panning the game. I mean, let's face it, everyone across the internet is like saying the game sucks. I don't necessarily think it sucks. I just don't think it's anywhere near as good as the original trilogy.
Yeah,
and because of that, a lot of people have been turned off and really haven't been like so enamored with the playthrough, which I kind of get. Listen, the playthrough sadly has a lot of dead air where it's just driving around this giant open world planet maps and stuff. So I've tried to fill that dead air by talking to the stream chat and stuff that I never would have done before in previous playthroughs. I'm trying to integrate into this one so that it's fun, and at least
so the other playthroughs weren't talking to your stream chat.
They're like, the game's kind of boring, but at least Phil is trying to keep it active and interesting, and they seem to have been enjoying it. So that's what's going on right now. I'm in the midst of Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm near the end of Zelda, and I think I'm about, at this point, maybe around halfway through Danganronpa. It's hard to gauge, but taking a look that people are saying there's 5 chapters, and I'm basically around halfway through chapter 3, I think that that's about where we are right now in the game, okay? This week, there's 2 new releases that I'm going to be checking out. There's a third coming out that I'm going to have on the back burner, simply because there's too much going on right now for me to take on so many games at once. It would be a very bad decision to have a million projects juggling at once and not knowing when I'm going to finish them, especially because next week is another huge high-profile new release that everyone wants to see, okay? So let's talk turkey about this week, because I know a lot of people are confused about how this is going to go down, all right? Tonight, immediately after I'm done filming this vlog, I'm actually going to film an additional vlog. This vlog is going to be a business update for those who've been following along the situation with myself and my business and everything going on these past few months, with the ad revenue plummeting on YouTube and me trying to keep doing this as a job and not have all my bills going to foreclosure and everything. I'm going to give everyone an update. I'm going to let you know how things are going, the combination of YouTube with the new partner network Curse now, and Twitch streaming the way I'm doing now, which is much different of how I used to. I want to give you an update there on Teespring and a bunch of other stuff. I basically want to give everyone a cumulative update, but I don't want to do that in this video. I want to do a separate video for it. So I'm going to film that, and I'm actually going to upload that tomorrow right here to the King of Hate Vlogs. Okay, so that way tonight everyone can watch the weekend preview and not have two vlogs and no one watches the weekend preview because they all watch the other video. I'd rather split it up. So that video will be here tomorrow on the King of Hate Vlogs, a nice big informative vlog for you, okay? Then I'm going to do patron stuff. There's some patron stuff I have to do behind the scenes, but the one big thing I'm doing tonight is I'm going to make the poll now. I'm going to take the nominations from the past 2.5 weeks that patrons have made on the kingofhate.com forums, and I'm going to turn it into a poll of the worst games ever, okay, for a marathon. These patrons will be voting on this for the next 1 to 2 weeks, and whatever gets the most votes will be the games that I play in a marathon, probably the second half of April. I'm thinking it looks like it's kind of dead the second half of April, so it would probably be the appropriate time to do something like this, okay? So that's how it's looking right now. Second half of April, we'll be doing the worst games ever marathon on stream on Twitch, and of course recorded for YouTube. But the patrons are going to start voting, and I will keep everyone abreast of the situation, what games are in the running, and how the polls are going as we start to get results in, okay? So that's tonight. Busy night for me. Tomorrow, Monday, is my day off. Now, I was supposed to have a day off every week, right? This was the discussion we had.
But my girlfriend got sick, dude. Fucking bullshit. Now I'm working longer hours every day. I'm actually streaming an extra hour, and I'm working later at night. But that's so I can have a day off. I didn't even get my day off this last week because Leanna was sick, and I said, well, she can't go out. I'm not just going to sit around here doing nothing. So I ended up streaming anyway. Doing
Tomorrow
nothing.
is finally my day
your
off.
girlfriend's doing nothing, guys.
And I'm like, yes, I get to relax a little bit. We're going to go out and get something nice to eat. And tonight we're going to talk about what do we want to do tomorrow because we have the...
We saw the business vlog. We all saw it. He said how April's going to be tight, but he's able to go out and eat nice food. Okay.
Day off. In reality, what we really need to start doing is we need to start looking for a new car because come June, we have to trade in our car right now, the lease, get rid of it, and get a much less expensive car. We're looking to get like a cheap, or not cheap, but a used car that's way less expensive. That certainly isn't, anything of a crazy-ass high grade, just a very base mid-level used car, because honestly we don't drive enough to even need a high-end car. And we didn't want to get that high-end car last time around. We were kind of roped into it because they were told, if you get out of this lease, you got to pay thousands of dollars of fees extra to get out of the lease early because we were moving, but if you go into a new lease, we'll waive all the fees. So I kind of got roped into it like a dope, but it is what it is. So yeah, we got to start looking at cars. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. I got to see how she feels for tomorrow, what she wants to do. But tomorrow's my day off. That doesn't mean there's nothing going on. Tomorrow, even though there will be no live streams on Monday, there will be the remainder of my Zelda videos for my Zelda Breath of the Wild playthrough. So you can get caught up on that if you haven't yet by watching the streams or the stream archives on Twitch. The videos will be uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. So you'll be able to get caught up on the Zelda playthrough if you haven't yet tomorrow. And that will be caught up to where I am in the game. So the next time I stream Zelda, you're going to be right there along with it, and you're not going to be behind or anything, okay? In addition, as I just mentioned, I'm going to upload that update vlog regarding the business and everything going on with that right here on the King of Hate vlog, so you're going to be in the know about what's going on with the business and everything as of tomorrow. And, the good news is it's mostly good news. A little bit of bad news, but it's mostly good news. And I kind of need to talk a little bit about a few specific things, but outside of that, it's been going pretty swimmingly, so that's a good thing, right? Okay, so that's tomorrow. Tuesday, I return full force, all right? Now, Tuesday is a little bit up in the air, and allow me to explain why. There's two things coming out on Tuesday that I want to play. The first is the Dark Souls 3, I think it's called the Ringed City DLC. It's the final DLC for Dark Souls 3. But there's also The Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 3. So 2 high-profile releases coming out on Tuesday. The reason I say Tuesday's kind of up in the air is because I don't know, guaranteed, if this DLC is going to be released on Xbox Live for the Xbox One overnight and be out Tuesday morning for me to stream it, or is it going to end up coming out a little later, maybe later in the day, or even Wednesday, in which case I have to wait till Wednesday to play it. I don't know, and there's no guarantee. I don't think that there's been a promise from Microsoft as to when the DLC will be released. If it's released at midnight, perfect. And that's
Something
what I'm
off!
doing Tuesday. First stream, 11 a.m. Pacific time. It's
Annoyed
going to be
with this,
4 hours
man.
of the Dark Souls 3 Ring City DLC. I'm excited because it's the first time I'm streaming Dark Souls now with the new kind of interactive streams, and I wonder if people will be, getting super excited as I talk to them as I play the game, because the thing is, there won't be spoilers or anything, because no one's played this DLC yet. There's no way that anyone could cheat or whatever, right? So I'll be talking with people in the stream chat, interacting with them as I play the game, and it could be a lot of fun to do that. I think people are going to come out to watch me see Dark Souls, or watch me play Dark Souls on Tuesday, if I can play it on Tuesday, alright? Now, let's say the DLC is not released in time for my gameplay stream on Tuesday, then I'm either going to do Mass Effect Andromeda or Zelda. I'm kind of on the fence right now. I don't really care which one I play, but being that I'm near the end of Zelda, maybe it makes more sense to do Zelda. That way, by the end of this week, I can wrap up Zelda and have that one completed so I can move on to other stuff, especially with the new game coming out next week. I don't want a big lingering game there, so maybe I'll do Zelda on Tuesday. If not, we'll see. I'll play it by ear, but more than likely it'll be Zelda if we can't do the Dark Souls 3 DLC. Now, that Walking Dead episode I just mentioned, I'm not going to be live streaming that because that is a narrative-based game. That is a game that lends itself better to being an offline playthrough without stream chat constantly interrupting and popping up or whatever. So I'm going to do that offline just like I've been doing my Danganronpa playthrough. That will be recorded Tuesday night and uploaded exclusively to DSP Gaming. So you don't have to worry about, oh no, that playthrough will be ruined now because Phil has a new style. No, that playthrough will be narrative-based, so it's going to be offline and uploaded exclusively to DSP Gaming, okay? Now, the rest of this week is going to be dependent on what happens with the Dark Souls 3 DLC. I don't know how long it is. Typically, these Dark Souls DLCs could be anywhere from 3 hours to like 8 hours long. It all depends on how much they put into it. So, being that this is the final Dark Souls DLC, and it may be the final time we ever even play any Dark Souls content because they're saying they're now officially kind of moving on from that series, maybe it'll be an amazing last hurrah where they really
last
throw in
hurrah.
Everything but the kitchen
Hurrah,
sink
hurrah,
into this last
hurrah.
thing. It'll take me all week to beat it, and if that's the case, that's what I'll be streaming all week, okay? That's great. But maybe not. Maybe it'll be a quicker DLC and I'll beat it in 2 sessions, especially because my streaming sessions now are 4 hours long. Maybe I'll beat it in 2 sessions. Who knows? So depending on how it goes, that's going to determine the rest of the week, all right? So my main gameplay stream every single day is going to be the Dark Souls DLC until I beat it. Now, what I'm planning on doing is balancing that with all the other games that I'm playing. So you may see Zelda at night, you may see Mass Effect at night, or I may be doing offline sessions of Danganronpa at night. It all depends on how I feel and how the feedback I'm getting. I may run some polls on Twitter over here at They Call Me DSP to see what people's desire is. What do people want to see the most, right? I may determine it that way. We'll see. So that's kind of how I'm doing this week. Dark Souls DLC and The Walking Dead on Tuesday. Unless I can't do the Dark Souls DLC, then it'll be probably Zelda. Dark Souls DLC all week on stream till it's done. Balanced with the other ongoing playthroughs at night. And then once the Dark Souls 3 DLC is done, I'll probably go back to main streams to finish up Zelda and then start doing Mass Effect more heavily, since that is the longer playthrough that I'm ingrained in right now, okay? Next week, Persona 5. This is a big one. Persona 5 coming out on April 4th. Finally. I mean, this game was supposed to come out a year ago.
Persona 4.
And it got delayed. It's finally coming out. I'm very excited for it. I really liked Persona 4, as you know. Persona 3 I liked, but not as much as Persona 4, because they had made so many modernization improvements in 4. And for everything everyone's seen in 5, the game looks even much better than 4. So I cannot wait. And, this is going to be a playthrough that's going to take a long time. I'm probably going to be playing this for the greater part of April into May, just to warn everyone, especially because I'm going to be juggling Persona 5 with Mass Effect at this point, and probably Danganronpa as well. Expect to have multiple games being juggled and tossed around, alright? I'm just saying, this is how it's going to be. The one game this week that's coming out that I am not playing right now, but I may play in the future, is Major League Baseball, The Show 17. Now, I know a lot of people are like, man, Phil, you played that for 2 years in the past, and we really liked your playthroughs back then. Will you ever go back to it? And the answer is I may, but as you can see, I am in so many lengthy narrative-based games. I need to focus on those now. I can't give up on those games just to start playing MLB all of a sudden. It would be terrible to now be juggling 4 or 5 games at once, and I'll be in an inevitable limbo where I never finish any of them, okay? So I need to start focusing in more, and so MLB is the game that I want to play, but it goes kind of on the back burner. Once I start finishing up these playthroughs, say maybe mid to late April, then I'll consider playing MLB, but I have to start focusing in on the stuff I'm playing now rather than get inundated and caught up in other stuff, and then I never finish anything, okay? Now, the one other thing that I want to mention before we wrap this up, If you didn't notice, KO Gaming has been dead again. Yeah, I know. KO Gaming,
Dead.
I was really putting in an honest effort to have videos come out every
Honest
week at least
effort.
on the channel. I was balancing it between first impressions videos and game reviews, and then I moved on to, say, the fan submissions with things like the This Is How You Don't Play videos or the fan montages. And the bottom line is I have more of those. Like, I actually have 2 or 3 more montages I could put up there, and I also have, you know, I could have done more stuff. The bottom line is, though, if you look at what I'm doing, I'm playing so many games and putting out so much gameplay, I don't have time to work on KO Gaming. Take a look. Between the past few weeks, Zelda, right? Nier Automata, which everyone wanted to see. Then Danganronpa started. Now Mass Effect the Andromeda.
All these games
now we're talking
dude.
Dark Souls and The Walking Dead. Next week's going to be Persona. There's no time. There's just literally no time. If I could rip myself apart like an amoeba and do osmosis and clone myself,
Osmosis?
I would have one guy doing edited stuff all the time.
I don't think that's how osmosis works. I'm gonna get the definition of osmosis, guys. So let's do this. A live definition: osmosis. A process by which molecules of a solvent tend to pass through a semi-permeable membrane from a less concentrated solution into a more concentrated one, thus equalizing the concentrations on each side of the membrane. A process gradual or unconscious assimilation of ideas, knowledge, etc. So osmosis is not splitting up. Osmosis is, you know, kind of absorbing in a way. It's like things come in so that it'd be equal. We can go in a little. Let's go to Wikipedia. Let's just get further into what osmosis is. A spontaneous net movement of solvent molecules through a semi-permeable membrane into a region higher solute concentration and the direction that tends to equalize the solute. So, I mean, it's really like, I guess it kind of is, but it's not really exactly what it means, because it's not that you're leaving and you're not splitting up. That's the thing. It's basically like, you know, if you have a glass, I can draw it out. I don't know why I would refuse to draw it out. So let's say you have a glass. Okay, this is a glass. You know, put an imaginary line. You put fluids in. This side is up here. This side is down here. Osmosis would mean that all the molecules that are here are gonna go here. So that thus the glass of liquid you have will even out. That's osmosis, not, you know, this side is not like multiplying into a different glass or something. It's the same fucking glass. It's just it this balances membranes move to one side of the cell to balance it out. Science majors, feel free to check my facts. I don't know if I'm completely true, but I have a feeling I don't think osmosis means what he thinks it means.
For KO Gaming, one guy would be right here on stream to do stuff, or right here, you know, on the couch to do stuff on stream and gameplay and stuff, and then I have one person doing vlogs full-time, probably, so there'd be 3 of me all doing things for different channels and stuff, but sadly, it's just not viable. I can't. I have to focus in on what people want, and right now, it seems the demand people are saying is, yeah, it's nice that when you do a game review, you do a game review, but we want to see you play these fun games on stream and more interactivity on stream, and that way I can be more profitable and keep paying my bills and not necessarily worry on, oh, let's stop and drop everything for 4 or 5 hours at a time to do a first impressions video that's going to get 3,000-4,000 views and basically fizzle out. You know what I mean? The other thing is, for example, Zelda, I can't even do any videos on Zelda. I can't. Because if I do first impressions or review, anything with gameplay of Zelda gets claimed by Nintendo. So there's no way I'm going to spend hours of my time editing a video on Zelda when it's going to get claimed. I'm going to make no money on it at all. It's a waste of time. So if anything, maybe what I could do is a quick spoken word like this, a vlog, spoken word vlog about Zelda, and put that up on KO Gaming eventually as like a semi-review. But I can't actually do a full review with gameplay or anything in it because Nintendo is basically a fucking piece of shit company that claims everything from their gamers because they're greedy motherfuckers who don't understand internet culture and don't understand
greedy motherfuckers. You don't understand internet culture. They don't understand why I should be able to make double money off Nintendo, guys. I mean, fucking Nintendo.
Their own customer base. They literally live
customer base. So every Every single person who bought the Switch, who buys Nintendo games, are all YouTube streamers for a living. Every Nintendo customer. This fucking guy.
Hours isolated from the world that they
Oh,
think they
God.
know better than everyone else, which is why
The
their
audio might
company's
be
having
fucked.
so many fucking problems. So, and that's not an exaggeration or an opinion. That's still God's honest truth. That's what's been going on with
It's a fact, guys.
Nintendo. Why else would they claim everyone's ad revenue on every Nintendo video ever put on YouTube? They're idiots.
They're idiots.
So, yeah, for Zelda, I don't know. I may just do like a quick spoken word video like this rather than a full in-depth game review because I can't.
On a
Mass Effect
edited
Andromeda,
channel.
sure,
Cool.
I could have done a first impressions video, but that would have meant less gameplay. I would have been behind on all my playthroughs. So right now, it's not a good time. It really isn't, you know? And quite frankly, especially because coming up in the next couple of weeks, is actually about 2 weeks left with the partnership of KO Gaming with Machinima. Once that partnership has expired, number one, that channel KO Gaming is going to shift over to a new partnership, okay? And number two, I will finally be free of the shackles and I will be able to talk about the whole situation that happened between me and Machinima. Right now, I've been holding my tongue, biting my tongue, because I'm still within a contract with them, and that finally is going to expire in early April. And once it does, I can tell you, of course, I can't tell you contractual arrangements and stuff, but I can tell you exactly what happened, which I think some people are going to be so, like, jaw-droppingly blown away by the true situation of what happened behind the scenes with Machinima over the years and stuff like that, that you're just going to be like, what the hell? There's all kinds of news coming out about Machinima now, too, recently. That's not good news. I'm glad I'm not with them anymore. I mean, seriously, I'm being real talk here. That's a sinking ship that I'm glad I jumped the fuck off. I stayed with that sinking ship for a long fucking time, mostly because of this,
for a long time
rather than
too.
anything else. And now that I'm not with them anymore, I can't tell you, like, I feel like a weight's been lifted off my back because of the shit that I'm hearing now and I'm seeing now, and it's like, Jesus, I'm glad that I'm out of there, so.
But remember,
Anyway.
don't believe all the negative stuff from Machinima. Remember that, guys.
I could talk about the full situation in the next couple of weeks. Once KO Gaming's finally out of its partnership with Machinima, I can finally get the fuck out of there and I can get to work on getting doing that vlog for you, which I know people have been dying for the past month. You'll finally get your answers, okay? All right. So that's what's going on. In summary, tonight, another vlog, which is an update about the business. I'm going to upload that tomorrow right here to King of Hate Vlogs. And I'm working on patron stuff tonight, including the poll for the worst games marathon that's going to be coming up. Tomorrow I'm off, but there will be Zelda videos on DSP Gaming and that vlog here on the King of Hate Vlogs. Tuesday I'm back, hoping to do the Dark Souls 3 DLC on stream. If I can't, it'll be Zelda. And then Tuesday night will be the Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 3, exclusively on DSP Gaming, not on stream. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or however long it takes, I'll be streaming Dark Souls 3 till it's done. And then I'll be moving on back to the games like Zelda to finish it up, and then the continuation of Mass Effect Andromeda. And I'll be balancing those streams at night with Danganronpa and or sessions of Zelda and Mass Effect or whatever until the rest of the week passes. Next week, it's Persona 5 starting up, okay? There you have it, folks. That's the deal. I'm very excited. Oh, one final thing. In regards to this channel, the King of Hate Vlogs, a lot of people have noticed there haven't been any DSP Tries It videos lately, right? It's like, where's DSP Tries It? Is dead? What's going on? There just hasn't been a lot going on. You know, usually DSP Tries It is typically fast food. There's not a hell of a lot else to try out. And some other products that I try, for example, I've had new energy drinks I've been drinking here, right? V8 energy drinks, but I drink them on the fly while I'm playing games. I can't film a DSP Tries It here while I'm streaming a game. You know what I mean? And that's what kind of sucks is a lot of the things, new products and things that I try out, it's not like a meal that I could sit down and record with a camcorder.
Maybe you should do a DSP tries of those V8 cans the day you buy them. Just an idea.
I'm just trying it on the fly, so I can't do a legitimate DSP Tries It on it. When there are new food items and stuff to try out for DSP
This
Tries
is
It,
much
I
better,
will, but
guys.
right now, there's nothing.
I got
I'm
it.
checking. There's been nothing good whatsoever to even do one on. So it is kind of on suspended, on hiatus right now. However, in regards to this channel, not only are you going to get that business update tomorrow, but later in the week, I've got 2 loot crates to unbox. I've actually got the March monthly loot crate that showed up at the end of last week. And yesterday in the mail, I got the Marvel Gear and Goods loot crate. So I got 2 loot crates to unbox, and I'm going to be doing those later on in the week here on the King of Hate Vlogs. So this week there's going to be a ton of new vlogs. There's going to be the business update plus 2 unboxings. So lots of stuff here on the King of Hate Vlogs for you this week, okay? That is it, folks. I want to say thank you for watching the week in preview. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. Without further ado, thanks to the following February patrons who made this upcoming Worst Games Ever marathon possible. And that is it. peace out, everyone. I'll see you for all the new stuff this week. I'm very excited. Be sure to check out that special vlog with the business update tomorrow if you're interested. There's a lot of information I'm going to share with you on updates and everything and how things are going with this and with other stuff. So we'll talk tomorrow, all right? That's it, everyone. Peace out. I'll see you on Tuesday for the new gameplay. For now, I'm out. See you later.
He's out. He's outie, dude. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope the audio did not bug out on me, because I think I heard a few things in my headphones, so I don't know if that is an indication of something. Thank you for watching. I apologize that I wasn't able to get close to finishing this picture of one of the daughters of Aku, but you know what? Maybe you'll see her return in another video. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. And remember, pay this guy his bills. You gotta pay his bills, dude. Pay his bills off, dude. He needs that money. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching.